Okay, so today we're going to be making our raspberry trifle. Now this is one of my favorite desserts because it's super easy, it impresses all of your guests, and it combines two of my favorite things, chocolate and raspberries. Raspberries coming in at a very, very distant second to chocolate. But anyway, it's just like I said, it's an easy recipe, and the main thing that you're going to want is your trifle bowl. Now you can find a trifle bowl, it has to be clear obviously. You can find a trifle bowl at like Ross or Kmart or Marshalls or TJ Maxx if you have any of those local to your area. Very cheap. You can usually find them at the Marshalls and Rosses for like anywhere from $5 to $10, and they always have a super overstock of all of them. So you're going to want that because that's going to serve as your presentation, and like I said, it's super impressive to guests because the layers look so pretty together. And you can also make dips and everything, multi-layered dips in there. We'll touch on a 7-layer taco dip later on for future recipes that also looks really great in here with all the multicolors. So you can also vary this recipe with strawberries. You can do it with bananas and vanilla wafers. It just has a lot of different options. So what we did was, you know, if you're like most people and you have a day job and vlogging is not something you do for fun, you can make your own brownies out of the box or from scratch. I'm a box type of person, and so Duncan Hines makes your everyday home-style brownie box recipe. Now, I was super lazy today, and usually you can either go to a deli or a bakery and find pre-made brownies if you're in a super hurry and you have guests that like to announce themselves, hey, you want to get together in a few hours and have a couple drinks or have dinner? And you're like, great, now I have to cook and I have to impress everybody, so what am I going to make? This works really well for that. So, like I said, you can either go to the bakery and pick up some pre-made brownies, or what I found today, which I cannot believe it, was Duncan Hines oven-ready home-style brownies in the freezer section. So you're omitting even your having to mix it out of the bag. So they've made it super easy for everybody to get really lazy, basically. And so I picked these up. We already baked them in the oven. And to be honest with you, they look exactly the same if I would have made them out of the box myself anyway. So what you're going to do is you're going to let them cool, and you're going to start out by layering half of your brownies on your first layer. Now you don't want to use too much. You can space it out a little bit because when you get a scoop, you're going to get plenty of brownie, raspberry, Cool Whip, chocolate sauce. You're going to get all of that. So space it out a little bit and don't use more brownies on the bottom because then you're not going to have enough for your second layer of your trifle. So what you're going to do is I basically put about, I don't know, that's about half. So I put 4 squares around the outer edge and then 1 in the middle as well. So that is half of our brownies. And then now you can vary the layers if you want. You can do brownie raspberry Cool Whip, you can do brownie Cool Whip raspberry, it doesn't matter. But you're going to want to end up with your raspberries on the top. So what we're going to do is we're going to do Cool Whip next. And you're going to scoop out thawed Cool Whip. Obviously, don't do frozen or it's going to be pretty hard to work with. You're going to take your spatula and you're going to just glob it on there. Because that's the awesome thing about trifles is that it looks super messy while you're making it, but on the outside it looks awesome. So you're going to take that, and you can do it as messy as you want, or you can neatly smooth that layer. And then you're going to get raspberries. Now raspberries, I tend to get more than what I need just because I don't like running out, and we love raspberries around here. So you can space them out as evenly as you want. You can get all neat and methodical about it, but I'm not really that way. So take your raspberries and drop them in there. And like I said, you can vary this recipe too with any kind of fruit that you like. You can do bananas and vanilla wafers. I've seen that also with the Cool Whip, and some kind of peanut butter pudding or something like that. So once you get thinking, it's really not that hard to come up with a million different ways to do the same kind of thing. So now we have our 3 layers. Now you can choose to drizzle your chocolate on the middle layer if you want, but you don't have to. Otherwise, the brownies tend to be pretty chocolatey for most people, and that's good enough. So now we're going to take our brownie layer again and space that out in there, because once people start digging into it, they're going to get a little bit of everything anyway. So don't worry if you don't have every single space covered. It's almost kind of sad when people start digging into it, because then it's not as pretty, but it tastes awesome. I've been known to eat a half a bowl myself, actually, which I don't know if I should admit that. But, okay, so now we've just used the rest of our brownies. So, brownies I worked all day on. So, okay, and then we're going to take our next layer of Cool Whip. And they also, I saw they have flavored Cool Whip as well, so you could even do a chocolate Cool Whip if you're a super chocoholic. And there is our layer of Cool Whip. Alright. So I'm going to take that on there. Okay. And you're going to take your raspberries and dump them on there like that. I just make it as messy looking as possible. It all looks great and it tastes awesome anyway. So, like I said, you can be methodical about it and place them out in a nice, neat little circles and everything like that. But you don't have to, because it'll still look awesome. So, okay, now we have our raspberries. All right. And I tend to do just a little bit more raspberries on the top than I do the bottom or the middle layer, just because presentation-wise, it looks really nice when all that red, bright red is on the top. Now, you can Ghirardelli makes chocolate sauce. You know, you can get whatever kind of chocolate sauce you prefer. We're going with Hershey's genuine syrup. Can't go wrong with that. You just take it and you just swoop it across, drizzle it across. Can never have too much chocolate. And there you go. There's your raspberry trifle, and it looks amazing, and your guests will always be like, oh my gosh, that is so pretty, I don't even want to eat it, but they will. So that is it. Super easy, super fast, and it's one of those great desserts that everybody just loves. It tastes amazing, and it took an all of what? Not even 5 minutes. That's your raspberry trifle.